Hey there, Leo. It's time for your weekly horoscope for the coming 7 days. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com, or you may also simply follow the links below. And for those of you who liked the incoming waves, I have started uploading them. Again, remember, you can check those out on a playlist of their very own on my main channel page, or you can follow the links below. And again, you have to open the down bar if you're on a mobile device, and you can check them out there. So for those of you who are like me and want that stuff so you can go real deep, that is available. And also, if you guys are interested in something a little bit different, might I suggest checking out a video that I made recently about is coronavirus killing astrology? It's my response to a New York Times article titled with "Will Coronavirus Kill Astrology?" And it's, you know, my personal take on what that kind of conversation is, and it's a bit of a critique and, my response to that article. I'll put a link to it in the down bar below, or you can go to my main channel page as well. Before you react to the fact that that article exists, please just consider the video. Anyway, so what is going on when it comes to this coming week? Well, this week is very strongly overlit by the High Priestess upright, which I find actually very, very encouraging for a lot of you, because the High Priestess is kind of indicating a lot of intervention and intercession coming into all areas of your life. This definitely feels to me almost like sort of a representative of the highest interest of all concerned, showing up to actually kind of be sort of the order maker, the peacekeeper, as well as the optimizer, corrector, and perfecter in a lot of ways. Because the High Priestess is the one that basically has that open channel to source, that open channel to infinite creator consciousness. And this week, I feel like a lot of you are going to be finding that in many areas of your life, there is a lot of assistance and a lot of help coming your way in the form of either an individual or maybe multiple people who are kind of moving things away from that which is possibly considered dysfunctional, toxic, not working, again, uncomplimentary, and starting to do some serious corrective and perfecting work on whether it's the material world or your social life, one-on-one relationships. And I feel like with the High Priestess, this is definitely giving off the air of somebody who is, or something, right? It could just be, again, just an energetic influence, some spiritual assistance, some spiritual intervention, some spiritual deliverance here, helping to transcend something that will not go away, to overcome some kind of major obstacle, or to even correct something or perfect something that is a bit distorted or going wrong. So this is a gorgeous week for you Leo people, because we have somebody who is, or some, somebody, it might not be just one person. We have this High Priestess that is ultimately an energy committed to things being perfected and corrected in the highest interest of all concerned, now intervening and taking this influence to every aspect of your life. And so that comes with numerous advantages to play around with. In fact, as we get to the Ten of Wands reversed and the Six of Swords upright, we actually have a lot of you Leo people in a position to actually abandon or maybe unload some kind of obligation or some kind of drudge or maybe even expense that has ultimately been not just cramping your style in a shallow way, but perhaps actually a project, or maybe, again, an expense, something that has actually outlived itself or its welcome in your life. Now, this could be something going on at work. This could be going on with a service that you are forced to maybe provide for people, or if this is strictly in a material sense, this could be something that is no longer applicable to your journey, in the sense that it's no longer applicable to the highest interest of all concerned as well. Some of you may be finding a reason to actually move on, and you're actually getting a chance to kind of escape. The High Priestess is coming in and destroying something that is ultimately not doing any good for anybody, right? It's too costly. Maybe it's slowing everybody down in their personal progress. Maybe it's actually something that is a bit distorted, discordant, or corrupt. It's not making for a good opportunity for abundance or health or anything along those lines. And we have this very sweet release going on with the Ten of Wands reversed, and we are actually having an alternative get presented. The Six of Swords upright is indicating a lot of you Leo people getting a chance to transition into a space that is actually more, I guess, true or resonant with maybe a goal, a desire, or an ambition that unfortunately was incompatible or ineligible to be a part of your life because of what we had been entangled in before, what we had accidentally upheld, supported, or purported before, even if all we were doing was simply our jobs, right? Sometimes that happens. We get too busy, things get too expensive, or things get too time-consuming and distracting. All of a sudden, our true passions, our true ideals, or maybe things that are actually more true to our nature get pushed to the sideline and get benched for a while. The Six of Swords upright is indicating, alongside that Ten of Wands reversed, we are actually freed of something that has entangled us, and we are actually moving forward, possibly even into new social horizons where friends are waiting to guide us to better destinies. As we get on to the Five of Swords upright, however, well, romantically, things this week could get a little bit hairy. The Five of Swords is indicating that while we have all this perfecting going on, sometimes people don't necessarily understand that that also means fixing things that they've kind of come to live with when it comes to issues of dysfunction or unhealthy habits. There are still people out there who are kind of like, I don't want to work on myself. I don't see the point. Why can't we just have it good and I can still keep my difficulties, if that makes sense. You may be encountering a lot of resistance to onward and upward in the interest of maybe evolving the intimacy in an existing relationship, or possibly even a partner or a crush or somebody that you're starting to see struggling with maybe a change in their lifestyle or their way of life, because it is showing to be, again, maybe a bit volatile, a bit difficult, or perhaps even something that is creating more problems than it is creating peace. And with the Five of Swords, be careful. Sometimes people tend to take things very personally, even if all you're doing is pointing out that there is an elephant in the room. This is an opportunity to break down walls. The Five of Swords does not have to be a bad card. It's just that it teaches us to know how to have these constructive, albeit uncomfortable, conversations every once in a while. We have an opportunity to illuminate, educate, and become more intimate with what it's going to take for things to be in a better space when this card shows up. It is not a card of trying to artificially empower ourselves by defending our egos or regressing into angry, spats and fights. So be careful this week. People are going to be a little bit on edge in the love department, and we definitely don't want to just go into that. It's something that doesn't have to happen that way. If we can surmount it, the Five of Swords suddenly becomes the wall breaker, and we have a chance for even deeper intimacy or even a new chapter to start in our relationship. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And if you ever want to get a session, go to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.